So hey everybody, I am here in my van, and my goal here today is to drill holes in my water tanks. So I have two water tanks here. I have a fresh water tank here, and then I have my holding water tank here, which is responsible for my recirculating shower. So as you see, I have laid out here some of my plumbing fixtures and stuff. I have my pump here that is going to pump the water out whenever the shower is on or the sink is on or my spigot outside is on. And I had to go through I had to jump through a lot to get these pieces. So ideally, this is my bulkhead. This is going to go into the hole after I drill, and it's going to squeeze tightly to help seal together the tank so that it will not. Let me put this somewhere where I hope I can see. So it will not leak. But on the other side of this tank, I am planning to insert this in and have it pointing down on the inside of the tank so it can draw up water from as low as possible so that I can maximize the usage of my 38-gallon tank here. So that's going to be in. I had to put a hole right exactly where this is, because it looked like the both are going to line up to be the same. It's not quite at the bottom because I have however how thick this piece of wood is here. I'm thinking it's a half an inch. So may not go all the way down, maybe a half an inch up. But I want it to go all the way down. So I'm gonna see if I can get it all the way down, drill that hole, and seal that. And then this will somehow be drilled into it. I have to somehow get that on. I do have some somewhere out here. I have a filter that should go. It's on it already. So here, I'm blind. So this filter is already attached to the pump. So all I need to do is, attach this filter into the bulkhead. I don't know how it's going to be a feed, so I might have to figure that out. And I'm planning for the water to come out of the pump into my accumulator. So I have a little PEX pipe going from here to here. And I want to keep this clear because this is really going to have my platform on top of all of this. And I want to make sure I still have access under here. So I'm trying to keep it as clear as possible. So my accumulator will go through this little hole where I can pull out my pipes. I also need to have a water inlet, which is my water inlet. And this I am planning, let me move this out of the way. This I am planning to come in from my inlet right there. And it will come down, the wall will be here for my shower. And so it'll come in behind the wall and then go in under here and attach to the top of my tank. So I have to drill a hole that would accept this unit. This is a uniseal from Webpro. So this is not a bulkhead, but this is going to basically go in right here. I need to come down enough so that it'll actually seal. Maybe move it over as much as possible, and then this right here would basically go in and squeeze it open to create a seal. I'm gonna make sure I bring that down. And again, I want to maximize my 38-gallon tank So as you see, this is not at the top. But theoretically, if this hose is going up out to my inlet, then I can theoretically fill it up, I'm thinking, and it will just begin to back up into the tube. Now, providing this is nice and sealed tight, it shouldn't leak. That's the plan. So that's the plan for trying to maximize my tank. And same with my my water inlet. So I have my air vent. My air vent will also go near. It will go near the inlet, and it also together travel up to my inlet, because my inlet does have a little port there to receive the other end of the air vent. So that's going to be together. And so if the water fills up even into the air vent, it's going up. And as long as it's not over, I can fill it up to the top. So long as I don't backfill it all the way out, I think I'm going to be okay. I'm thinking. So that takes care of my outlet, which is this pump, my water inlet for the gravity fill, and then my air vent that's coming out. And so that's the plan for the fresh water tank. I'm going to do another video to do a long spiel about my recirculating holding tank. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I managed to put in the fixing on my freshwater tank. I had to stop it here because I want to go and test it. I kind of wrapped it with Teflon tape. I got my bulkhead in here and I did my best to tighten it. And I even put a marking on the top to let me know that this is the top and that my little piece is pointing down toward the bottom so it could slip up the water. This is my drain, my inlet. Not about that. This is at the top. This is my air vent. So I'm going to take this thing outside, fill it up with some water, and see how bad it leaks. All right, I'll tell you how it goes. Okay, so I got a lot of dots on here, but I put in my water sensors for empty, 2/3 fill, and full, and this is supposed to be for the ground. So I'm going to put some water here and test leakage out of these lower points first. Just put water up to here to see if that leaks. I don't care if it really leaks out of where I have the cap. I'm more concerned about around the edges. So check that out around the edges to see if it's leaking, and if it doesn't leak, great. I fill it on up to the top. Rate this above the tank so that it won't leak back out. See if it's leaking around the edges of these openings. So let's try that out. It's not really leaking going in. You don't see that it's leaking going in. Yeah, it's slowly filling up. So it's not glued in down there as you see, but it's a long in there real good. Kind of long. It's a long piece. And my hose is not going to be moving around in the van. Right now I'm holding it up high and I am moving the hose to straighten it out and whatnot. So we continue to figure this out. So it is leaking. I don't know if you can see it, but it is leaking under here. It did not leak here at all. You know, this is wobbling out. This is wobbling. It didn't leak here. And my sensors are not leaking, but it is leaking around this. Let me check that out. Okay, you guys, it is as full as it's going to get. The water started coming back out of the air vent, and it leaked all over my cardboard there, so I messed up that test. I raised it up high so that it won't leak out. The water bill is already, you know, coming down. The only leak that's going on is this leak coming out of this cap, which it's not gonna stay there, so I'm not really concerned about that. I was just really looking for leaks around the edges. It's still dry. It's still dry around the edges. All the edges feel completely dry. You know, I can go get some paper towel and do some more tests. I'm gonna let it sit for a while and come back out with another paper towel test or something like that. Anyway, I'm happy with this. I'll let it sit for a while and figure out how I'm going to drain it, because it's not hooked up to a pump. And my little hook inside, I don't know how that's gonna work, getting the water out, but we'll figure it out. As for this test, I am going to consider it not a failure yet. Stay tuned. Okay, so last night I drained the tank down via the inlet hose because there was a leak on this. I had tried to tighten it up and I don't know, I made it worse. So what I'm gonna do is I got a washer and a new nut. I didn't put the washer on before because it's a thick washer. So I'm gonna try to put the washer on and see if I can have thread beyond this washer that can screw in with the nut. If it's too thick, then I may have to go to the store and buy a thinner washer. So I'm gonna give it a whirl. Okay, so I barely got this on. It was just enough thread to catch and turn it, and it's tight, and I put this back on. So I'm gonna give it another test later on and see if it still leaks. All right, I'll let you guys know how it goes. Bye. Filling up. I think we're gonna get ready to turn up the water, so let me head on over there. Okay, I stopped it. Look like it's still water. I got this propped up. There's still water in here. And it's going up the tube now, so a little bit of water in the air vent. Anyway, I'm gonna let this sit overnight and I'm gonna make sure this is nice and dry, starting off. It's dry. Make sure everything is dry. And I'm gonna let it sit overnight or whatever. I have to go, so I'm gonna let it sit. And I will come back and give it a test. I'll let you guys know how that goes. So, okay, I went and bought some O-rings because it was still leaking. Everything is not leaking. This is the only one that was leaking. So I emptied it out just enough
to replace that other washer that I had on with the oven, and I'm gonna give it another test. Let's see how it goes. Okay. I kind of did put more water in. I lifted it up to push the water down this end. And you guys, the oven did the trick. No leak at all under here. It's completely dry. And I waited about a good hour. Last time it was leaking pretty much, you know, immediately. So I am gonna call this a pass. I feel really good about this now. The oven did the trick. So I'm going to empty this out and move on to my other smaller tank for the recirculated shower. Okay.